Samsung is about to make your Galaxy photos look brighter and more vibrant, but here's the twist. The price of that upgrade is having a watermark stamped onto your pictures. And not just a little timestamp in the corner this time. Samsung wants to show off your camera settings every time you snap a shot. Here's what's going on. With the upcoming One UI 8 update, Samsung is rolling out to new artistic watermark styles. Unlike the current watermark, which just lets you add the device name or time, these new versions go all in. They'll add a white border around your photo and display detailed camera info like shutter speed, ISO, and aperture. On top of that, the image itself will get a boost thanks to a new vivid tuning that makes your shots pop with more brightness and color. On paper, it sounds like a neat addition. You take a picture, and not only does it look livelier, but it also gets this stylish frame with technical details that could make it look like something straight out of a photography magazine. Samsung even designed separate watermark styles for portrait and landscape shots, which means the look will adapt depending on how you're holding your phone. But here's the catch: this feature only works if you're using the Vivid filter. If you're shooting in the regular camera mode without that boosted color profile, you won't have access to the new watermark styles. So essentially, the two features are tied together: brighter, more vibrant images plus a watermark. No way to separate them. Now, if this feels a little familiar, that's because it is. Brands like Oppo, Vivo, Huawei, and Xiaomi have been experimenting with watermark styles for years, often using them to show off partnerships with high-end camera makers like Leica, Zeiss, and Hasselblad. In those cases, the watermark isn't just decoration, it's a flex, telling the world that your photo came from a phone with a prestigious camera collaboration. Samsung's approach is a little different. Instead of leaning on a famous brand name, they're showcasing the technical side of their cameras. The question is, how many people actually want that? Some users might love the idea of making their phone shots look more professional by adding all the exposure details, while others might see it as a necessary clutter that ruins an otherwise clean photo. After all, most people take pictures to share them, and having a watermark baked in, especially one you can't fully control, might not always fit the vibe. That's why there's a bit of frustration around this update. Right now, you can choose whether to add a basic watermark or not. With One UI 8, if you want the vivid, brighter look, you're automatically signing up for a watermark too. There's no way to say yes to the color tuning but no to the frame and camera info. And for a lot of users, the color profile is actually the more appealing part of the feature. Samsung is expected to debut these new watermark styles with the Galaxy S25 series and the Galaxy Z Fold 7. So if you're picking up one of those phones, you'll be among the first to try it. As for older Galaxy devices, there's no guarantee yet. Samsung might expand support with One UI 8.5 next year, but that's still uncertain. So what does this mean in practice? Well, if you're the kind of person who likes to flex your phone's camera capabilities or share shots that look like they came from a pro DSLR, this could be a fun addition. It gives your pictures a little extra flair and might even spark conversations when people notice the details in the corner. On the other hand, if you're more of a just give me the cleanest photo possible kind of person, this could feel like an annoying limitation. Personally, I think Samsung is onto something interesting here, but they're holding it back. By tying two separate features together, the vivid tuning should be its own option, available to everyone, watermark or not. Imagine if you could choose. Do you want the color boost, the watermark, both, or neither? That kind of flexibility would make far more sense, especially since not everyone shares photos the same way. At the end of the day, Samsung is trying to catch up with trends that are already popular in China while also putting its own spin on them. It's a small change, but one that could affect how people perceive and share their Galaxy photos. Whether it ends up being a fun creative tool or just another toggle most users ignore will depend on how much freedom Samsung gives us in the final release. One thing's for sure, brighter Galaxy photos are coming, but if you want them, you'll have to live with a watermark tagging along for the ride. What's your thoughts on this? Let me know in the comments section. See you in the next video. Take care.